Okay. So happy Beltane. Beltane is a Celtic holiday. May 1st is the holiday. And it is a holiday of, I want to say, sexy, like just really bringing on your sexy spirituality, because it's the springtime, right? And it's the time where everything begins to just wake up and everything becomes so alive. And so the time of Beltane is a time of masculine, feminine energies as they've been dormant and sleeping, and now they come back. I was telling you, I was up in Vermont last week, and the Maybugs were out, and they were just mating. That's what they were doing, was they were mating, and then they die. They're one day. They're one day of mating and then die. And that's what the energy is of Beltane, is not mating and die, but the idea of everything just being so sensually alive, so beautifully alive. And so Beltane is the portal to the other realms also. So it's that what are they called? Like the mischievous love makers. So my sister and I always knew that my mom had told us that on May 1st that we were to, well, she didn't tell us we had to do this, but kind of she did, that we would leave flowers at the front door and ring the doorbell, her door, ring the doorbell, leave fresh flowers, and run, right? So it's a mischievously love time. So Kathy, I was really excited because kind of Kathy just did that. I don't know if you guys can see, because I don't know where my view is. Hold on a second. Okay, there it is. So I just got this at my door. This is so cool. It's a game for 4 years old and older, 4 and older. It's called Wildcraft, an herbal adventure game. So it's teaching you how to learn about all these wild ones. And one of the wild ones that I know, Eileen, you will play it with me. You will. Eileen says, I want to play. So one of the things that have come up in your yard probably are violets. And so I'm going to suggest to you, if you have a violet and you can identify it, it's a very small purpley flower, that it is one of those beautiful offerings of Beltane, because it is a plant of joy, and it is a plant of divine love and playful love. So go ahead and close your eyes for just a moment, allowing our divine energy to be sensual and sexy in a way that attracts abundance and fertility, whatever that fertile place is inside of you, whatever it is that you are beginning to get ready to birth. Allow yourself just to sit for a moment in the sensations of sensuality, of the first, second, third, fourth chakra. The energies of feeling very grounded in the springtime, but then awakened into the second and third chakra, up to the fourth, up to the heart, up to the place of playful love. The idea of ringing the doorbell and running, leaving something special, a surprise. Just take a moment to do that to yourself. What are you leaving for yourself as a surprise? Something very playful, and something that's going toward whatever it is, the direction you're moving in. And here's a little prayer for Beltane. Beltane is here. We welcome the time of fertility. We greet the season with fire and love and passion, with arms open, with loving hearts. We come together to create life, to honor the divine union between masculine and feminine, which all life flows. And as the earth grows and creates life, we shall grow and create life. And so it is. Bring your hands together at your heart center. May you do surprising things today, tomorrow, each day. But kind of fun to be that little mischievous love maker. To be that one that creates an incredible smile or laughter in someone else's heart. Inhale for the sound of Om, deep breath in. Om. Release your hands down. Come forward onto your hands and knees, please. And press back into Child's Pose. The violet. She is for the emotional and physical heart. What's fun is that if you choose to find her and take her from the earth with her permission, you just ask sweetly, can I forge some of you? You can put her into a lovely vinegar. Let her sit for a little while and then use that vinegar in your cooking. Or even eat her. She can go into your salads. The Mother Earth at this time is just sharing with us everything we need. And you see how that the bugs and the bees and the birds and everyone gets real excited. All my dogs real excited during this time, right? Spring fever. Same fever is inside of us. Good. Come on up, downward facing dog. All right, so it looks like a bunch of you want to play this 4-plus-year-old game with me, so we will have a wild craft night. Good. Reach out through those fingers. Reach out through those toes. So you spread everything. I always say my hands and my feet. Yeah, Veronica says also traditionally gym over bonfires for Beltane with a potential lover. Oh, should I tell Neil? Not sure. Of course, I want to encourage all jumping over bonfires. Good. I always say hands should grow 10 times bigger when you're practicing asana. Feet should grow 10 times bigger when you're practicing asana. Find your roots. Find yourself drawing deep into the root, first chakra. And then walking your feet slowly up to your hands. And a deep bow. Keeping your knees bent here. Just allowing your feet to drop so sweetly into the floor. And let your breath get a little bit deeper here. Beltane, this springtime portal to other realms. We celebrate the oldest love story. How you fall in love with you. Good. Hands on your hips. Push down through your legs. Rise up to stand. Good. Close your eyes for just a moment and feel. And then go ahead and let your eyes open. Inhale your arms to the sky. Exhale, sit back into chair pose, butt way back. Hands on your thighs and cat-cow here. Squeeze your shins in toward each other. Pull your inner knees wide. And then let yourself just flow with your breath. Honoring sensuality, abundance, prosperity, growth, mischievous love, sexy divine. Good, now reach your arms up and alongside your ears. Keep yourself in that chair pose. And then bow forward. Beautiful. Step back plank pose, upper push-up. Shoulders on top of wrists. Lift your thighs. Lift your throat. Now go slightly past your wrists and lower down super slow all the way to your belly. Super slow. Yeah, rise up into cobra. Open your mouth, stick out your tongue. All the way back down, dog. Nice, Linda. Excellent. Downward facing dog. Nice, Allison. Inhaling your right leg back and up behind you, down dog split. And sweetly step that right foot forward. First warrior, Virabhadrasana 1. Nice, Rachel. 1. There you go. You got it. Plant that back foot. Again, pull in through your roots. Lift up into the perineum. Squeeze and lift the pelvic floor here. And then clasp your hands behind you and deep bow forward. Deep bow forward. Hands down to the floor, step back plank pose. Really nice. Pause in it. Slightly past your wrist, lower all the way down to your belly. Gorgeous, rise up into cobra. Open the mouth, stick out the tongue. Press back downward facing dog. Nice, Margie. Inhale that left leg back and up behind you, down dog. Split, feel the squeeze of the legs. Feel that sense of squeezing them in. And then take that left foot forward. Drop that back heel. Nice, Angela. Come on up, Katrin, first warrior. Nice, Gail. Clasp your hands behind your back. Take a deep breath in. And bow forward. Your head to the earth. If you place your head all the way down into the violets and smell them, the air right on top of them is a cooling air. Drop your hands to the floor. Downward facing dog. Violet leaves are helpful to relieve pain. Forward to plank. Lower all the way down to your belly. Take that cobra pose with such ease. Lift up. Nice, Rhonda. And downward facing dog. Nice, Nancy. Good. Stepping that right foot forward again. Open up Virabhadrasana 2, second warrior. Yep, you got it. So traditionally hands are pointed down, but let's turn our hands up today. Yeah, because it's really nice to feel that sense of lightness, lifting. And then send your right thigh a little deeper. You got it. Send your left arm down your left leg. Take your right arm up and back. Other way. That way. Straighten that right arm, Sarit. Yeah. Good. Watch that knee, you guys. Don't let it fall into the center, Susan. Good. Straighten that front leg and reach for triangle pose. Good. Rachel, lift your head. Great. Inhale deeply here. Nice, Crystal. Downward facing dog. So vinyasa of choice or none, but don't go through it like a robot. Go through it like you're just smelling the roses. Yes. Intoxicating. It's an intoxicating time of the year. Beautiful. Finding yourself in downward facing dog. Inhaling the left leg back and up behind you. I don't know if I did it on the other side. And then step it forward. Open to Virabhadrasana to the warrior. Pay attention to that front knee. Widen it. If you widen that front knee, the inner thigh will also widen. Turn your palms up on this one. Lift your back arm a little higher. Good. And then send your right arm down your right leg. Take your left arm up and back. Beautiful. Keep pressing that knee forward. Don't back off. And then straighten that front leg and take it into triangle. A Beltane is a fire energy. Move your throat back, draw your navel in. So it's all that energy for the first chakra all the way up to heart energy. Everything in between, touch down, downward facing dog. Nice, Sarah. Nice, Marla. Vinyasa of choice or none. Beautiful, Anne. Katrin. All right. Good. Come on down to those knees and press back into child's pose. It's a time of dreaming. And here's a suggestion my teacher, Robin Rose, gives for dreams. You know, dreams can certainly be our subconscious unpacking, but it can also be some wonderful gifts that are given to us through our dreams from that veil that gets very light during this time, that veil between all worlds, right? Spirit world. And so a suggestion, this is so cool, and I haven't done it yet, but a suggestion is, because water, the element of water, which comes from the direction of the west in my witchy tradition, water is a visioning element. And so if you take a glass of water and place it next to your bed and you infuse it with the thoughts that you wish that your dreams would share with you, and you could have something specific you want your dreams to share with you, and you take a little sip of that water, and when you wake up in the morning, you immediately, before trying to really wake yourself up, you say, let me remember that dream that's going to give me insight. And if you cannot remember it right away, take another sip of that water that you infused with the wish. And it says that almost every time it works. Come on up, downward facing dog. Leave yourself a gift at the door and ring the doorbell and run. Inhale that right leg back and up behind you. I should give you all my address. Step your right foot forward. Open to Virabhadrasana 2. Good. This time place your right forearm on your right thigh. Take your left arm over your ear side angle. Good. Again, lift your head. Yeah. So you always want your head to be in line with your spine. Nice, Meredith. Now send that right thigh a little bit deeper, but lift your left hip a little higher. Good. Good. Now place your right hand down on the floor. Good. Take your left hand behind your back. And take that left shoulder way back. Way back. Yep. Yep. Open that chest. Nice, Kathy. Nice, Elisa. Touchdown, downward facing dog. Again, vinyasa of choice or none. And we're going to take it back into Virabhadrasana 2, second side. Left foot will step forward. And again, play with what works for you. Maybe you want to turn your palms up every time you come back into Vira 2 because it feels lighter. Maybe you need more grounding. Maybe you're having trouble getting into that first chakra, or you're ungrounded, so turn your palms face down. Good. Left forearm on left thigh, right arm over your ear. That's it. Now press your left forearm into your left thigh. And in doing that, maybe your left side body will lift just a little bit more. Good, guy. Lean back a little bit more. Straighten that front arm. Some of you have bent elbows. Good. Now drop your left arm a little bit further down to the floor. Take your right hand behind your back. Open that shoulder. Feel the chest open, but now pull the navel and maybe even squeeze and lift the pelvic floor here. Deep breath in and let it come down to the floor, downward dog. Good. Walk or jump to squat. If you need a blanket underneath your heels, you can do that. And then just for a moment, close your eyes and draw in through the pelvic floor. Draw up into the first, second, third, all the way to the heart. And then exhaling, release. Inhaling, draw up, squeeze up, pull up, 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 up. And release. One more like that. Squeeze and lift the pelvic floor, draw up, navel in, all the way to the heart. And release. Standing forward bend, please. Good. Inhale slowly that left leg to the sky, standing split. Hands can be on blocks here. Left leg. Yep. Stay on your right foot. Good, Rachel. Walk back a little bit. Use blocks so you can straighten that leg. Yep. Good. Squeeze the legs toward each other. Point the back toes to the floor. Straight back toe down. Flex that back foot. There you go. Good. And then very slowly, keep your heel on the floor, Darwin. Heel, right heel. Yep. Bring your hands to your heart center and come up to Virabhadrasana 3. Slowly. From here, bend your standing leg. And then press your arms straight as your legs go straight. Press your arms straight out in front of you as your legs go to straight. Let your hands float back down to the floor and bring your left foot up to meet your right. Standing forward bend. Both at the front of the mat, both feet at the front of the mat. Good, open and close your mouth. And inhale your right leg up, standing split. Point the toes to the floor. So here's something funny, right? The funny thing is that we don't even know what our bodies are doing sometimes. So turn your right foot out to the right for a second. Turn it out, like you're going to open up the right foot out to the right. Good. Now squeeze it down toward the floor. Now point it, very good, right down to the floor. Good. That much engagement so that when you bring your hands to your heart center, your legs are working so powerfully for you. Bring your hands to your heart center now. Lift up into Vira 3. Now bend your standing leg, bend that left knee. And then squeeze your legs to straight as you push your arms forward. Nice, Gail. Bring both feet to the front of the mat, standing forward bend. Hands on your hips, push down through your legs, rise up to stand. Arms alongside the body, close your eyes for a moment and breathe long. Breathe deep. Breathe long and breathe deep. All right, hug your left knee into your chest, eyes open. Left knee into your chest. Now watch how your sit bones tend to tuck under here. So press your sit bones back. So your butt back slightly, that's it, nice. Now take your arms up to the sky. And once again, come back into Virabhadrasana 3, but from this direction, go slow. Nice, Elisa. Nice, Lauren. Tracy. Good, now let your right hand float to the floor. Let your left hip lift on top of your right hip, Ardha Breathe through your nose. Breathe through your nose. Good, now notice how your legs do the same thing here. They squeeze toward each other. Now here, try to bring your hands to your heart center. Good. Touch your hands down to the floor. Bring your left foot up to meet your right foot. Standing forward bend. Good. Roll up slow, one vertebra at a time. All right. Here goes your right knee into your chest, please. Pull the navel in, squeeze and lift the pelvic floor. Play with those centers today, from earth to heart, from earth to air. And then slowly start to move it back. Virabhadrasana 3, third warrior balancing. Good, that left hand floats to the floor. The right hip now lifts on top of the left, and you turn the toes out to that open hip. Bring your hands together at your heart center. Play with your balance. Doesn't matter if you fall, but squeeze those legs. Squeeze them. Nice. And then release your hands down to the floor. Step back, downward facing dog. Come on down to your knees and press back into child's pose. Violets for the heart, for the playful heart. The other thing that's coming up in your yards are dandelions, and as long as you don't put any kind of poison down on your yard, eat them. Eat those sunny little dandelions. Eat the leaves. You can make vinegar also with them. An oil, dandelion flower oil. Great for inflammation, great for the liver. Keep spreading through your toes and spreading through your fingers. Enjoy your breath here. And walk your upper body to the right side of your mat. Yeah, there's a lot of purple dead nettle around too. You can throw that into your salads. Yep. Yeah, you can have a feast, big feast of a salad from your front yard. Go to the other side. Beautiful. Come all the way back. Come onto your hands and knees. And then go ahead and let's thread that needle. Really lift that right arm as high as you can. Open up. Before you go under, don't go under yet. Take that right arm up to the sky, leave it there. Now bring your right arm a little closer to your ear. Yes. And then sweep it under. Yep. You can do something magical with your left leg if you'd like step it out to the left or step it behind you. If you step it out to the left, maybe plant the foot. I like that feeling a lot. And then maybe take that left arm up to the sky. Just be careful you don't roll over. Nice. Catching, that's fun. Come on down, change sides. Remember, when you take that left arm up, lift it up, and then pull it slightly closer to your ear. That's it, Guy. Very nice. And then slide it underneath you. Nice, Allison. Woohoo, Sarah. Good. And then again, that right leg can come out to the right if you'd like, or behind you. Nice, Crystal. That upper right arm can come up. Good. Move that shoulder closer. There it is. Nice. Closer to your ear. Little things that make me happy that you do. Opening of that shoulder so fully. Nice, Ellen. Good. Take care of you. Come on up. But do you have a block? If you don't have a block, it won't matter. But by now, I wish you would have gotten a block, or come by Natural Yoga and steal one. Downward facing dog. If you have a block, just keep it close by. Downward dog. Now step your right foot forward. Walk to the left until you come to the center of your mat. And this is where you might need one block or two blocks. I want you to place them underneath your head. So turn your Darwin, turn your foot, your right foot in, so it's parallel to your left foot. There you go. And you might need one block, you might need two. You're going to try to prop your head up. If you don't have blocks, just go ahead and bow forward. That's fine. But see if you can keep walking Allison A to the right. Prasarita-Padottanasana. Good, I have two Allison A's here. But the idea is that the blocks go underneath. You're good. Turn your right foot. Turn to the left. Good. Now when you bow forward, your forehead goes onto the block if you're using it, trying to find the length. Some of you need two blocks. Some of you need a block on top of a block. And then squeeze the shins. Keep the action in the legs, but let your brain relax. You okay, Darwin?
Okay.
Okay. Try to find that perfect place. I like that too. Angela has her arms crossed on top of it, I think. That's sweet. Just let your brain release here. Let your breath go a little deeper. think the very first couple of times I ever did it like this, I didn't like it. So if you don't like it, that's fine, don't do it. But now I love it because it really gives that sense of support underneath my head. Somehow my brain's been working too hard lately. Good. All right, walk back to the front of your mat, step back, downward facing dog, please. And stepping that right foot forward, lower the back knee down to the mat. Inhale the arms up to the sky, Anjaneyasana. You can bend those elbows here, draw those elbows back, slightly tip the elbows forward, again, opening that chest a lot. Yeah. Good. So difference here between leaning the head back and shortening the back of your neck, right? I want the throat to move back as opposed to the head to look up. So move your throat back and lean back just a little bit more. That's better. That's better. Push that knee forward, right knee forward. You got it. Gorgeous. Yep. And then hands down to the floor, Hanumanasana, right? It was Hanuman's birthday on Tuesday, so straighten that front leg. Straighten that front leg. You could do, so make sure your hip is on top of the knee. So come forward a little bit more, Rachel. Hip on top of knee, and then straighten that front leg. There you go. You can put blocks underneath your hands if you'd like. And this is called Artahatamanasana, right, where our left hip is on top of our knee, or start to slide that leg forward a little bit more. Watch that left hip, Sri, it's coming back. You're unsquare. Pull your right hip back more. Yeah. Good, soften. One of the things that Violet also does is it helps us soften. Soften. Magical. Mysterious. Soft. It would be so smart if I had like a ton of Violet something to sell you, wouldn't it? Infomercial. Right, right. And by the way, I have a lot of Violet here for you. Ah, good. Lauren has some Violet over there. Okay, right, exactly. Downward facing dog. Veronica's always told me that I run natural yoga more like an ashram than a business, and she's absolutely right. All right, here we go. This time left foot comes forward. You're going to walk to the right, and you're going to do the same thing. You might maybe grab a block to put underneath your head. And again, if you don't like that, I'm not going to feel, offended if you don't like the block. It's just not your time to like it yet. You will like it. Deep breathing here. Again, let your brain relax. First, second, third, fourth chakra. Draw in. Feel the squeeze of the shins toward each other. The release of the inner thighs pulling away from each other. Good. And slowly walk yourself back up. Walk back to the front of your mat instead of going through downward dog. Just turn back to the front of your mat and lower your back knee. Inhale your arms to the sky, Anjaneyasana. Bend your elbows back, lean back, throat back. Remember, not just the head back, but throat back. Nice, Meredith. Good. Lean that knee forward. Nice, Elisa. Pull that knee forward as far as it'll go, maybe to the tip of your toes. Great. Touch down, hands to the floor. And Hanuman, either Artahatamanasana, so keeping that right hip on top of the right knee, Straighten the left leg, pull those toes back. Relax those shoulders. Do not let the shoulders hunch forward. Telling the story of Hanuman and Sita on Tuesday. Sita was getting very old in age. I won't tell you the whole story in Hanuman, don't worry. I'm not going to keep you here for long, but it's a good story. She's getting very old in age, very frail. Go ahead, come back, downward facing dog. But she wants to go back to Ayodhya, which is where Ram is ruling the kingdom. Without her, she had gone to live in the woods with her sons to raise them. Come forward to plank. Lower all the way down to your belly and turn your cheek to the side. And she just had this wish to go back and see what Ayodhya looked like. Because she hadn't been there for so long, she made the conscious choice to raise her sons where that they could learn everything that I'm going to learn in this wildcraft 4-year-old plus game that I'm going to play. But she wanted to have them learn by having Mother Nature as their guide, as their medicine. But she wanted to go back to Ayodhya. She wanted to go back and see what was happening. And so she said to Hanuman, I'm going to say exactly as she says it because it's so super sweet. She says, She says, one day, she says, I don't want to trouble you any longer, Hanuman, so I'll stop these small desires before they arise. Because she wanted to go to Ayodhya, but she was too frail. He said, I beg you, Mata, do not deprive me of the joy of satisfying the wishes that arise in your heart. Please do not deprive me of the joy of satisfying the wishes that arise in your heart. Turn your cheek to the other side. This is the gift of this time of the year. Magic happens, and you can make it happen. You can make so much magic happen with gift nature as your guide. Hanuman, devotion to that. Devotion to magic. The oldest love story. Okay, come on up to Sphinx Pose. Bring your elbows underneath your shoulders. Take your right forearm, place it in front of you, and take your left hand back for your left ankle. Left hand, left ankle. Make sure, so don't cross. Just left hand to left ankle, not left hand to right ankle. So switch. Bring your heel down towards your outer hip. Press to your outer hip. Press down that knee, so you have your left knee anchoring, your heel drawing towards your outer hip, and then pull your navel in and your rib cage up. Very gently release and try the second side. Remember to anchor through the knee. Take the heel as wide as the hip, not letting it fall to the center. Lift your chest, pull your navel in. Excuse me. And release it back down. Good, turn over onto your back, please. Bend your knees, plant your feet. Just do a couple of moments of deep breathing here. Deep breathing. See if you can bring your attention to the pelvic energy, drawing it up, pulling it through the navel and up to the heart. That's an inhale. And exhale, releasing back down, out through the root. It's interesting when we make certain medicines from nature, one of the suggestions that my teacher Robin gives is to do no more than 3 in any kind of either tincture or infusion or anything like that, because then it just starts to make everything more and more subtle as opposed to, brilliant. And she was saying how that her guide for what to use is often a red, a yellow, and a green, which would be a root, like a dandelion flower, a green leaf. And the idea is, she said, the idea of first chakra, third chakra, heart chakra, all goes into that medicine making. Our bodies heal so beautifully. We connect with nature, and especially during the spring. So vibrant. Go ahead and lift your hips up and take bridge pose. You can clasp your hands underneath you if you'd like. Keep that chin lifted, so we're still working that neck. Make sure you're squeezing your shins toward each other, the power of your legs here. And then press your right leg to the sky. Reach it up. Push up through the heel. Get the softness. Softness in your breath, softness in your eyes. Good, change legs. And lower that down. Lower your seat down. Bring the soles of your feet together. Let your knees drop open. And again, go into that sweet, soft belly breathing. Okay, not second back bend, I shouldn't say, because we've done a lot of cobra. But next back bend here, you can either come into full wheel or back into bridge. Some of you I know love camel, so feel free to come on up and do camel if you'd like to do that. Engage those shoulder blades, engage those legs. Root to heart, root to heart. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. If you're in full wheel, you can come on down. If you want to stay a little longer in bridge or camel, feel free to do that. If you're in camel, come into child's when you're ready. And from bridge, lower back down and just rest. I'm going to give you an opportunity here to go upside down. So shoulder stand, headstand, handstand, legs up the wall. Ouch.
Yeah.
That's cool though.
Practically.
Mm. Find wherever you are that you're breathing deeply. Just one more minute here. If you need to come down before that, feel free to do that. If you've come out of your inversion, either lie on your back or come up to sit to meditate for a moment until we're all done. And then slowly begin to bring yourself back down. And again, let's all arrive in a seated position at the front of the mat or in the middle of the mat. And stretch your legs wide here. And again, using props is sweet if you want to put blocks underneath your head as you come forward. If you need a blanket underneath your seat. Come into that forward fold. So again, let your brain drop. Let your mind relax. Sometimes elbows on top of blocks are nice. Katrin's going to do the whole setup. Nice job. The idea is not as much doing here. It's just breathing. Nice, Marla. What softens you? And then slowly as you come on up, then squeeze your legs back together and come forward, Paschimottanasana, with your legs straight out in front of you. Great. You could always use a strap for sure. Violets are mood softeners. Help us to find joy. See what's popping up in your yard. I always say that's for you. And don't obviously ingest it if there's fertilizer on it. You can just sit with it, sit next to it, talk to it. Finding the strength in our softness. Slowly come on up. Beautiful, everybody. Bring the soles of your feet together. Shift your hips back one more time so that the Seat is very, very balanced. And come forward over those feet if you'd like, keeping the baby toes anchored to the floor. Good, now come on up and just move your feet slightly further away from you. Still feet are together. Still the seat comes back, so don't shift your seat forward. Keep the seat back, just move your feet slightly forward. Keep the baby toes anchored to the floor and come forward once again. Press your sit bones wide. Pull your navel in. Good. As you come up, slide your right leg forward, pull your left heel in. Right leg forward, left heel in, Janu Shirshasana. And again, come forward over that right leg. These forward bends are very powerful to soften us. Relax those shoulders. Deepen that breath. Really sweet, everybody. Come on up and change sides. See if your exhale can get just a little longer. Really beautiful. Inhale, come on up. Now, just take that right foot and bring it up and over the left leg for spinal twist. Pull the, bend the knee, bring it in. Yep, and just step it on the other side. Yep. We're going to twist to the right. So make sure that right hand comes in just a little bit more so you're not leaning back into the right hand. Yeah, you're lifting more up away from the floor. Good, and you're twisting to the right. Great. Get those shoulders back. Good, counter twist, just look the other way. Fantastic, come back to center and we'll change legs. Keep the sit bones moving back, so be careful not to over scoop here. And then the spine gets a lot of length, it doesn't get just bundled up at your low back. Lift your chest. Good. Counter twist. Look the other way. Beautiful. And come back to a comfortable seat. Maybe sitting up on a blanket is nice here if you have it. Letting your palms face up. Not even having your thumb touch any of the fingers, just palms face up. Soften to receive. To receive, we must soften. And close your eyes. Place that we lay ourselves in the ground, in the earthy energy, the first chakra. And we allow that sense of being rooted, being grounded, being connected. And then ask yourself or your guides, what would it look like for the garden of my own soul to burst fully into thousands of my dreams? What are the multicolored petals that are coming from my vision, what I dream of? What is the magic and the mystical? Where's the sensual, the sexy? Where is that playful love? Please lie down on your back as you're ready. Hug your knees into your chest. You can lift and shift your hips to the right to let your knees drop to the left. Spinal twist. And when you're ready, switch and go to the other side. As you feel complete, come back. Stretch your legs out and rest in Shavasana. Ever so gently begin to deepen your breath. Let your body stretch in any way that feels good to you. And if you're lying down, hug your knees into your chest. Roll to the right side, come on up to sit. And bring your hands together at your heart center. I wish you magic. I wish you great love. I wish you surprise. Inhale for the sound of Om. Sliding your hands to the space between the eyebrows. Namaste, everyone. Thank you so, so, so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Have a beautiful day, everybody. I'll see you soon.
Thank you, Sheryl.
You're
Thanks,
welcome.
Sheryl.
You're welcome.
Thank you.